KD8SLG, KE8VOX.
Ooh. Oh, gotta turn that other radio off. KE8VOX, KD8SLG. Sounds pretty good, Scott. Sounds better than Echolink. I can tell you that.
W8WKY.
I copy that. Yeah, I like it a lot better. I gotta set it someplace where I don't, it's so easy to hit the pit button that, I don't want to be sending dead carriers all the time or stuff like that. I either got to get rid of some of the stuff I got or quit leaning on the open spots when I keep swiveling around. Maybe just clean up the shack a little bit. But, yeah, so far I like it a lot. I really appreciate Jason gathering all that stuff up, information up and whatnot, and putting it on the website there. Made it easy to follow and easy. It made it real easy for me, and I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but yeah, thanks for the audio check, and I'll be standing by, listening, playing around. KE8VOX.
Very good, Scott. Looks pretty good on the scope, too. So I think you got it dialed in, man. And I don't think Jason's listening, but I'll tell you, he's not a big fan of Echolink. So he's been, pushing people over in this direction, and those who have been using it do seem to like it. I've got it on my phone just in case. So, all right, Scott. Thanks, man. I know you're sticking around, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Top of the hour. KE8VOX, KD8SLG clear.
Very active. So just wait around a few. So KC8FQV.
I'm waiting too.
WB8VMW, KD8SLG, I heard you there, Jim. I'll be linking us up in, a little under 3 minutes. And if everybody would stand by, and we'll make that happen. They're already chattering away over on the Oklahoma side. KD8SLG, clear until net.
And Nick, go make sure you have enough munchies and have your appetite so you don't have to try to do that, because I know you get so busy with them buttons. So KC8FQV, good afternoon, Nick. We'll catch you in a few. And good morning, Jim, or afternoon, BMW.
Okay, Mark, I hope you make it. All right, I'm standing by.
Yeah, this morning I seen like about 5:50 or a little before 6 or somewhere in that hour, and then went back to late and then went back into one of them deep cycles of sleep. So KCFQV, but it sounds like you sound good, and Judy, hopefully she's doing good. So KCFQV going to be just floating around here waiting. KCFQV. Floating with the snowflakes.
This is KD8SLG. We'll be linking up to the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net for the next couple of hours. KD8PC Dustin, NCO for the first hour, and KIPZ Nancy, the NCO for the second hour. You're not only welcome but encouraged to check in with both NCOs on their respective hours. Starts in about a minute and a half at the top of the hour. Everyone, please stand by. KD8SLG clear.
It's my turn. I got your back, Nick.
Good afternoon and welcome to the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. My name is Dustin, my call sign is KD8PC, and I'll be net control for the first hour today. The Boredom Breaker Net meets every day at noon Central Time on the RCWA repeater Allstar node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. This is a direct net and all traffic must pass through net control. All stations are welcome to check in and we will take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Arkansas, Virginia, and various other repeaters, so we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit. Make sure you let everything drop so we can hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations waiting to check into the Boredom Breaker Net. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey 8, Victor, Mike Whiskey, Jim in Barberton.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, Mike over in Seville.
Kilo Delta 8, Uniform Oscar Lima, KD8 UOL, Rob and Talmadge, I'll be in and out.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor, good afternoon, Nick and Dustin. KSFKV Mark.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie WA8 KOC, Fred, Echolink, Mobile. Good afternoon.
This is Kilo Golf 8, Radio, Yankee, KG8, RRY.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf, KC5, Real Big Guns, Shannon in Tulsa, Mobile.
November Tango 8 Delta 8, James in Wadsworth, Mobile, in and out. Barberton, in and out, Mobile.
All right, let me hold it up right there and make sure I've got it.
W8WKY.
All right, perfect. I picked up WB VMW Jim. I have AB8MO in the mobile. W8KOC Fred in the mobile. I have KQWE Mike. I had KD8 UOL Rob was in and out there. I have KC8 FQV Mark. I have KG8 RRY Jerry. I have KC5 Real Big Gun Shannon in the mobile. I have KI5 TAQ Taco Tim. I have NT8D Dave was in the mobile in and out. And there was another station, Barberton, in and out. I missed your call sign. would you come back with your call? And then I also picked up QFT and AI5HV, but I need to go back here real quick. In and out station from Barberton. Give me your call again, please.
KF8AHI, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha Hotel, India. Mike Barberton, in and out.
All right, thanks there, Mike. We got you in and out that time. Really appreciate it. You and Dave doubled there, so I missed your call the first time, so thanks for coming back. We've got a nice list here already, and looks like a lot of my friends from 8land here, which is nice to hear. Let's start right here at the top with WB8VMW. Jim, how you doing? Take it away.
Well, I'm doing fine. No doctor's appointments today, and everything's going good. I got good results on my liver scan, so I got a liver, so that's a good thing. And Judy had one of her fangs pulled yesterday, so she can't bite me too bad, but I'm still afraid of that big iron skillet. So we'll back up and let them mobiles get in there, and everybody play safe, stay safe, and be nice. It feels good when you do something nice inside. WB8VMW, back to net.
All right there, Jim. Well, wonderful to hear you today, and boy, I hope Miss Judy heals up from having the fang pulled there real quick. But it's a pleasure to hear you, Jim. Watch out for them frying pans, and we'll look forward to hearing you again in the morning real soon. Let's go over to Andy now in this land of snow and maple syrup. AB8MO, what do you know? Uh-oh, let's try that again. AB8MO, Andy, are you still with us?
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of hit transmit, I hit end. I disconnected it back. Anyway, hi, Dustin. It's good to hear you running the net. You do a really, really good job with handling the traffic and keeping things moving. Thank you for net every Wednesday. I will be net control for the Wolverine net on HF. Friday. It was supposed to be tomorrow, and then I realized that that was when the SARA Club SARA Club picnic is. Well, picnic inside anyway. The Christmas party is at the same time the net is, so I had to rearrange that. And the Friday net control for the Wolverine net's gonna pick up a spot for Friday, and then I'm gonna go a spot Friday. So he said just do that. So. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate, and I'm not going to have to drive in a bunch of snow, because as soon as I RSVP'd, I realized I said, oh, geez, if it's going to be a blizzard, I'm going to have a real problem. But it looks like that's going to be all right. So, anyway, just eating my usual sandwich, banana, and chocolate chip granola bar. So, try to catch y'all tonight, and throw it back to net. No snow on the ground. Well, the snow's almost gone. I don't know if it's almost disappeared, but it's pretty close. So, KD8EPC, this is AB8MO, transmitting instead of disconnecting. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Andy. Well, great to hear you, and I wondered what happened there. I was like, usually you answer right away when I call you, so that's funny. I've done that too, so no worries there. And I unfortunately am not going to be able to make the Christmas party myself this year, but I hope you guys have tons of fun, and we'll have to try to get together soon if the weather cooperates. But we'll say 73 to you for now. Enjoy your sandwich, Andy, and we'll catch you on down the log. Let's jump on over to Fred now, WA8KOC. How you doing?
KD8EPC on the Boredom Breaker net from WA8KOC. Good afternoon, Dustin. Thank you for taking my check-in. I heard my buddy Jim up in front there. Sounds like he's doing okay. Jim, don't just about the frying pans. Worry about the rolling pins also. They can give a conk on your noggin. You won't forget. Hi. And good to hear Andy. You know what? If I was 40 years younger, Andy's diet sounds really scrumptious. But at this age, we have to take care of our girlish figures. So with that, glad to get a chance to come in here and say good afternoon to everybody. Good evening. Yeah, whatever. Driving conditions here, which is not weather conditions bad, just people conditions bad, just miserable. I think everybody needs remedial driving 101. Take good care of yourself, Dustin. Appreciate the chance to say hello, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Sorry you're going to miss the party tomorrow evening, but you'll be thought of. KPC and the Boredom Breaker Net 73, everybody. WA8KOC.
All right there, Fred. Well, great to hear you out there today, my friend, as always, and it's a pleasure to hear you. Hopefully, maybe we'll hear you tonight for the Beacon Net. So we'll say 73, and that's going to bring me on over here to Shannon. KC5, Real Big Guns in the mobile. How you doing?
Hello there, Dustin. I'm Annette. I'm not doing too bad. Not too bad at all. Just got back from... And, yeah, he did a good job. Now I'm home. Just got... just gonna enjoy the rest of the day. You know, I've had the last few days off, and I really, wave a hand there to Nick behind the scenes. He always keeps the ball rolling here, so we thank him for that. But you all have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. God bless. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless in 73. Back in that control.
All right there, Shannon. Well, great to hear you out there today, my friend. It's always a pleasure, and we'll have to try to catch up soon. And so enjoy the rest of your day, too. Hopefully we'll talk to you again this evening, and we'll catch you on down the log. All right, I think that takes care of our mobiles and short times there, so let's go back up to the top and see what Mike's doing. KEQWE, my neighbor to the south, how are you?
Kilo Echolink, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, everybody. It's been quite a while since I've been on this net, but I'm here, and it's cold and snowy out there. So I go, well, I'm going to get on and tell everybody hi. What have I been up to? Well, I had a couple of cataracts fixed. I had one done about 3 weeks ago, and I had the other one done yesterday. Well, when they did that, they put a special lens in to where now I don't need to wear glasses except to read. I just need to have some very, very plain old glasses I put on so I can read. What's amazing is I went back to a day and they checked everything over and they said I'm doing great. What is amazing is how good I can see now. And I've worn glasses since I've been about 5, and it just seems weird, but it is all good. So that's what I have been up to. So everybody says stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey, KD8 EBC. See you, folks.
W8WKY.
All right there, Michael. Great news on the eyesight there, and according to Just Nick, your last check-in was 8:28. So Alex keeps great records of that, and we do appreciate it. So, Mike, great to hear you. Have a great afternoon, my friend, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log. Well, let's jump on over to the northernmost mark, KC8FQV. Take it away.
Well, afternoon, Dustin. Yeah, KCFQ. Yeah, that white stuff is coming back again. But not much else is happening. I'm going to eat something, and, we have all these menus we look at on our radios, and everything has menus and displays. You have to remember them all. And you have to remember what the symbols mean and what color there could be. You know, I was looking at the pump and I said, geez, I wonder why it should have been delivering. I don't know why it got stopped. Like Andy did. He hit the disconnect instead of transmit. Yeah, them kinds of things happen no matter what you're doing. I don't like this. The new car has a row of buttons that does the gears. And I gotta remember the drive is at the other end of the row. There's the park and then the reverse, and then you got a neutral, and then you got the drive. I gotta remember the drive is at the far end of the row. So yeah, everything has that place. So we'll send it back, and we'll hopefully see everyone tomorrow night at the party. Yeah, there's 2 parties tomorrow night. One in Akron, one in Wadsworth. 2 radio calling parties, and there I'm sure plenty of other people doing parties and social events too. That's why all the people are on the road, because they're going to their social events. So back it comes, KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. We'll take a breath, and man, hopefully your cough goes away there. If you're sick, stay home for sure. But we won't be at the party, so we unfortunately won't see you there. But we'll say 73, and we'll catch you on down the log. That's going to bring me over to Jerry now. KG8RRY, good afternoon.
Well, Dustin and everybody on the net, good afternoon. KG8RRY. Looking a lot like Christmas down here in Maslin today. We had gotten rid of all of our snow yesterday, but now I see that we've had a dusting again here today, which matches the terminal gray that we have here in the sky again today. So we're definitely in December. Nice to hear that this net is on the air. I got reminded the other day that the net was on. I had not called this net in years, but I was up at a fellow's house up in North Canton. He's selling some gear, and he had a handy-talkie there, and I turned it on just to check to make sure that the battery was still charged, and lo and behold it was. And what should be on the air but this repeater? And I was reminded that this was on, and what a nice thing to have on a gray, ugly day. Getting the Siltronics 1011 tube radio dusted off here. I see this upcoming weekend we have a 10-meter contest coming up, and so we'll have to have the tube radio ready to go for the contest, and just kind of piddling around here in the radio room, and I heard you come on. So wanted to throw my call sign in there. I hope that everybody has a great day. And as the gentleman that was on just a second ago said, be careful when you're out and about. We're going to try to go out and do a couple things here this afternoon, run some errands. And so this is the time of the year to be looking out for other people, because everybody's mind is on something else. With that, Dustin, I'll turn it back over to you and tell everybody best 73. Everyone have a great day, and we'll talk again real soon. This is KG8RRY down here in Maslin, and I'm over and out from here.
All right, KG8RRY. Well, Jerry, thanks so much for joining us today in a 10-meter contest. I may have to look into that, because I've been playing a lot of 10 meters lately, and that's kind of fun there. But great to hear you. And I'll tell you, your last check-in was 6 of 21. They keep really meticulous records. So great to hear you out here. And yeah, we run here on the 3-9 for a couple hours every Wednesday. Me and just Nick do the first hour, and Miss Nancy KI5OZZ does the second hour. So if you're still messing around in the shack, then make sure you stop by and give Nancy a check in there and say hello to her. So Jerry will say 73, be careful, and we'll catch you on down the log. It's going to bring me over to Taco Tim now, KI5TAQ. This is KD8EPC. Take it away.
Oh, good afternoon, Dustin, and to everybody on the net. This is KI5TAQ. And just to let everybody know, on the same frequency, you can also get onto the Beacon Net around about 9 o'clock or earlier, especially when it comes to the early check-ins. So, and of course, for the person previous to me, I'd say thank you for what you've said, because we will all keep a lookout for everybody else that's out there on the road. So, with that said, and of course right now it's kind of like a comfortable day out here in Tulsa, not too hot and not too cold, but just right. But you all take care, and we will catch you on Down the Log and also on the Beacon Net. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll catch you again this evening. Let's jump on over to Uncle Fred now. KE8QFT. What's going on the north end of town there, Uncle Fred?
On this side of town, it's 72 degrees, sunny. Actually, I'm lying. I just wanted to get in here and say hello to everybody today. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be on the second hour. Got things to do, calls to make, that type of thing. So, just thought I'd jump on this thing and say hello, at least during the first hour. I'll catch you some other time, Nancy. KE8QFT. I'll see you guys at the party tomorrow. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Uncle Fred. Well, good to hear you out there, and maybe we'll catch up again later on this evening on the radio. We're going to stay 73 to you, and that's going to bring me on over to Greg now, AI5HV. How you doing this afternoon, Greg?
Good afternoon, Dustin, Nick, and everyone else on the net. This is Greg, Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor in Broken Arrow. We're doing pretty good today, although we went to the grocery store at Costco to get groceries earlier today, and man, it seems like you can't get out of the store without spending a whole boatload of money on a few items there. Not sure what that's all about.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, Greg, I always spend too much money at the grocery store, and it's grocery day, so I was supposed to go this morning, but I'm going to put it off till tomorrow because, man, it always hurts the pocket. Hi.
Yeah, right there with you, my friend. And sorry I missed the SARA Club Net last night. I went to the Tulsa Amateur Radio Club, had their 100-year celebration dinner. Been a club since March of 1924, and had quite a few people there, about 60 people, give or take, and had a lot of letters of congratulations and stuff from Health Department Executive Director, mayoral, letter from the mayor of Tulsa and stuff like that. But quite a few people there, and glad I went to that celebration.
Well, congratulations on 100 years there. That's quite the accomplishment. Sounds like you guys had quite the thing for it there, huh?
Yeah, well, I had a conflict there for quite a while, and then kind of the day before it happened, scheduled for the dinner, I was able to clear my conflict and and went there at the last minute, and I'm glad I did. But hope everyone up there in your neck of the woods, hope everybody up there is doing all right. This weather here in Oklahoma is kind of strange. It's a little bit crazy, and can't really make up its mind right now whether it wants to do winter or it wants to still be a little bit of fall.
Well, I'll tell you, Greg, enjoy the warmer temperatures while you can. It's in the low 30s here right now, but it's going to drop tonight. I think the high tomorrow is like 15 here, so there you go. So, all right. And with that, did you have anything else for the net today?
Well, I will say that the RCWA club meeting is this Saturday at Harvey Young Airport at 9 a.m. We're going to build a 10-meter antenna. And anyway, I want to say thank you, Dustin and Nick, for all you do for amateur radio. Appreciate you both. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and even better rest of your week. And hopefully you're able to stay warm with that really cold weather headed your way. So with that, I'll say 7-3 and turn it back over to you. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor.
All right there, Greg. Well, we'll say 73 to you, and you'll have to send me some pictures of the antenna build there. That sounds like a fun time. We'll catch you on down the log. That brings me to the bottom of the list as it is. We have Miss Judy there proxied in, and we did pick up a few from the blue screen. We have a KE8VOX, KE8UIB, WAD8MIU, and KI5OZZ, Miss Nancy. But this is KD8EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I'm looking for some check-in. Please call now.
Delta 8 Tango November Foxtrot.
Well, this is Kilo Delta 4, Yankee Victor Victor, KD4, YVV, Jeff in Virginia, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Kilo, Lucy in Akron Mobile with Betty in the back, and she'd appreciate if people say hi.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB. Randy, not in the brake truck, but hi Betty, how you doing? I'll be in and out. 73, God bless.
Okay, Box Screen Victor is going to do a recheck and say, just for Lucy, hello Betty, KCFQV. Leave Mommy alone because she's got to make sure she keeps that car going straight. But hello, Betty.
All right, let's see here. We picked up KD8TNF Chris. I had KD4YVV Jeff was in and out. I have K8YUK Miss Lucy with Betty. Hi, Betty. I have K8TLB. I heard Mark there, and I may have missed somebody. If there was somebody else there that doubled with Mark and I missed you, would you come back now?
Delta 5 Echo November Uniform, K5VNU.
Kilo Golf 4, Oscar Yankee Sierra. KG4OYS Mobile. Kevin in Lynchburg, Virginia, in and out. Have a good net.
Dustin, also check in 3 MDC, Michael here with Salem.
All right, I'm going to hold it up right there. I picked up Gil, KD5ENU. I have Kevin, KG4OS. Mobile was in and out. Have a great day, Kevin. And 3MDC, Michael. And there was another station there that wasn't quite holding the machine. I couldn't quite get you, so I'll try next round. All right, we have one mobile here we're going to get to real quick. KE8YUK with Miss Betty there. Hi, Betty. Take it away there, Lucy.
KD8EPC, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. Betty says hi. I wish I could show you guys a video of every reaction she has to when people say her name on the radio, because her eyes get so big and her mouth just does this big O, and she's so excited every time. And I'm very, very grateful for that. We are on our way home from a big morning trip. We went out to North Olmsted with a family friend of ours, basically another grandma to me, and she's into miniatures like I am. So we went to a dollhouse store with Betty, and we shopped and shopped and shopped. I went a little bit over my budget. Don't tell Josh. Har har. Or rather, hi. I need to get used to using that. Anyway, had a lot of fun. Found some great stuff that I didn't realize I needed, which, that's how it goes with hobbies. And very grateful for that whole trip. Made it back in one piece. Had lunch with her and her husband. And Betty fell asleep on the way back, so we're going to see if she stays awake on the way home. And then we just kind of wind down the day up to the Beacon Net tonight. So if you can make it here, you can make it there. It meets, 8:30 Central Time, because I know it's 9:30 Eastern Time. It was a big show at 10 Eastern Time, and it's a lot of fun. 2 rounds of trivia, or not 2 rounds, 2 types of trivia. Great fun, great people. All right, back to you, Dustin. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for logging, Nick, and we'll catch you guys tonight. KE8YU Kate, and Betty says hi. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Miss Lucy. Well, thanks for the wonderful Beacon Net blurb. And yes, that's 8:30 Tulsa time, 9:30 for our time. And we'll say have a great afternoon and safe travels. And we'll say hi to Betty there again. Great to hear her in the background. We got you both checked in there. We'll say 73, and we'll look forward to hearing you all tonight. And all right, let's see. Next on the list here, we're going to go back up and we're going to talk to KVOX Scott. How you doing?
KD8 EPC, this is KE8 VOX Scott up here on the shores of Lake Erie in Vermilion, Ohio. Good afternoon, Dustin, Nick, Nancy, and Ray. Happy birthday, Ray. We got 35 degrees up here, got a little bit of whatever, frozen ice, whatever, about 3-foot waves on the lake. So I'm not going fishing today or water skiing. So instead of that, I did what all radio operators do. I played with my telescoping mast and played with that all morning and whatnot. Didn't like the way it was going and redid it all and still don't like it, and decided to come in and get warm and jumped on the board breakers net here and using DV switch. Really like that a lot better than Echolink. But that's been my day. Just trying to stay on the warm side of the door, I think, for the rest of the day. And great hearing everybody. And this is KE8 VOX sending it back to net control. 73.
All right there, Scott. Well, great to hear you out there today, and you're sounding really good. So we'll say 73 for now. Pleasure to hear you, and we'll look forward to catching you hopefully again this evening. Let's go down to John, KUIB. How you doing?
W8WKY.
KDAPC from K8UIB. Good afternoon, Dustin, Nick, everybody out there on the net. And I just want to jump on, say hello to everybody, and guys. The SARA Pearl is done, and it is out the door. Gary AACS picked it up just about a half an hour ago. So it's in time for the Christmas party, guys. And with that, I hope to see everybody tomorrow night. This is KE8UIB, and we'll go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all. Thanks for running the net, Dustin.
All right there, John. Thanks for all your hard work to get the wonderful SARA apparel done for us, and unfortunately I won't be at the Christmas party. I've got other obligations, but I hope you all have a fun time there and enjoy some good times there. And we'll catch you on down the log. We're gonna flick a nickel in the jar there, and now we're gonna go somewhere where it's probably a lot warmer than it is here. Let's go talk to Warm Weather Wade, WD8MIU. How you doing, Wade, and what's the temperature?
Nick, and everybody else. We had 68 degrees. Sun's out. Had a little bit of rain this morning, but that's about the extent of that. Sky is blue. Hasn't changed colors too much. We want to say hi to Lucy and Betty, obviously, and Miss Nancy and Uncle Fred and Mark and a bunch of the other ones there. So other than that, that's about all I got going on. We'll turn it back over to you, Dustin, and everybody have a great Wednesday. And 7-3, WD8MIU, back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Wade. Well, great to hear you out there. We're going to need you to turn on a fan and blow some of that warm weather in our direction. Hi. We'll say 73, and good to hear you out there, my friend, as always. And now we're going to go down and talk to Miss Nancy, KI5OZZ. How you doing?
KD8 EPC and the rest of the Boredom Breaker netizens, good afternoon from KI5OZZ. I am sitting here. I just tended the fire, and it's blazing away, keeping us warm here in the house, and looking forward to the top of the hour where I have a cool question for everyone for the next hour. So with that, I'll pass it back to you. Great job, Dustin and Nick. KD8 SLG, fist bump to you. KI5OZZ, back to net.
All right there, Miss Nancy. Well, you keep the fire blazing, and it's great to hear you out there. A little buzz at the start, but you sounded good after the first couple seconds, so all is well in the world there. We'll say 73 for now, and can't wait to hear your question at the top of the hour. Let's go on over to Chris now, KD8TNF. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon to everyone on the net control. Merry, happy, however you do it. Just out on some errands. Holy cow, was there a line at the UPS store. But that's in the rear view now. So really that's it. Just hadn't gotten into this net in a long time. I thought I would say hello. So best to everyone. Back to net, KD8TNF.
All right there, Chris. Well, glad you got through that line there, and good to hear you out there. And I'm not sure when your last one was, but it's always good to hear you on the air. So you mobile safely out there, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log. Let's jump on over to Gil now and see what he's doing. KD5ENU, good afternoon. Take it away.
Who was it you were calling? KD5ENU?
Yes, Gil, I was calling for you, KD5ENU. Take it away.
You're saying is as loud as they used to be. Well, everything's, as I say, honky-dory here. And just wanted to get in on the net and clearing some stuff out of my laptop that I don't need anymore. Make it run a little bit better. So anyway, I'll get out of here and let you get on with the net. Sounds like you got a long one and a lot of people. So have a good one. KD5ENU 73.
All right, 73 there to you, Gil. Have a great afternoon, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log. Let's talk to Michael, N3MDC. How you doing? Good afternoon.
I'm hanging in there, Dustin. Unfortunately, Dustin had to reschedule my doctor's appointment today because, unfortunately, my mom's a little weak today. I'm not going to say why she's weak, but she's not feeling too well today, so I had to reschedule my doctor's appointment in High Point until December 31st. What a way for me to celebrate the new year is having a doctor's appointment, but I had to do it. She's not feeling too well, so I had to reschedule my appointment. I already texted my brother and my sister, and my brother texted my mom immediately, and told her something, and I texted my sister, and she wanted to make sure my mom's okay. But anyway, I did get some of my Christmas stuff ordered last night. But other than that, Dustin, I'm letting my mom rest, and I'm gonna let her in. We'll decide if she wants to eat dinner or not later on this afternoon. But turn back to you, Dustin, in 3 MDC.
W.
All right there, Michael. Well, sorry you had to reschedule your appointment, and hope Mom's feeling better there soon. So we'll say 73 to you. Have a good day, and we'll look forward to hopefully catching you again there next week. All right, Michael was the bottom of the list as it stands. This is KD8EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net, and I'm looking for some check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf K4OG.
Kilo Delta 5 Alpha Foxtrot Sierra.
Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Foxtrot Kilo.
5 Romeo Sierra Tango.
This is Kilo Delta 4 Yankee Victor Victor. Recheck.
Control, please begin K5 CFY Kilo 5 Charlie Foxtrot Yankee.
All right, we picked up a few there. Let me tell you who I've got. I have K4OG Mark. I have KD5AFS Grant. I have K8RFK Scotty. I have a station I'm going to have to come back to. I have RST. I missed the rest of your call. And then I have Mr. Ray K5CFY. So that station RST, key for a second or two and get your call again, please.
Yes, this is Whiskey 5 Romeo Sierra Tango W5 RST. Mike in Oklahoma City.
All right, thanks, Mike. We got you on the list now. W5RST. Thanks. We just missed the prefix last time. All right, let's start right at the top here. K4OG. Mark, good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
KD8EPC, K4OG here. Good afternoon, Dustin. I just looked up at the clock and said, hey, I might can make the Boredom Breaker Net. So I ran out to the truck. Feel like Ed in the parking lot. I'm not in my proper spot, but I guess I'm coming in okay. So didn't have much time to prepare, but I'm going to throw one at you, Dustin. What is a vulture's favorite kind of underwear? Okay, I'll tell you. Thermals. They're always flying in them. K4OG, back to Dustin.
W8WKY.
All right there, Mark. Well, thanks for that one, my friend. It is great to hear you out there, and I'll look forward to hearing you again tonight. You're sounding real good there. All right, I have to go up here and get a recheck. KD4YVV, Jeff, good afternoon. How you doing? KD4YVV, Jeff, are you still there? Go ahead.
W8WK.
I appreciate it. I was wondering if anybody ever heard me. I'm not sure if I got on the first one or I doubled with somebody. So I waited for my call and never heard it. So I'm back now. I thought maybe I repeated out here was acting up, but it was keying up. No problem. Just want to jump in. I said it in that first time, but I see everybody else has got the suggestion. So I'm not the only one sharing it. But anyway, outside of that, I appreciate you coming back and let me know I was heard. KD4YVV, back over to you.
All right there, Jeff. Well, good to hear you out there. Yeah, I heard you the first time around, and I heard the in and out, so I didn't come back to you. But great to hear you check in. Thanks for coming back to us. We really appreciate it. I'm going to say 73 to you, and that's going to bring me on down to Grant. KD5AFS, afternoon, Grant. What are you smoking?
KD8EPC, KD5AFS. Good afternoon, Dustin, and howdy, Nick on the keyboard there, and everybody else. Nothing on the smoker today. I made a big pot of chili yesterday, so we'll be eating leftover chili. Other than that, Dustin, not a lot going on. We're sitting at 44 degrees. I think we were 31 this morning, so not too bad out there, and it's a nice sunny day. That helps. Got rid of all the clouds and the gloom finally. But other than that, went to Sam's and picked up an order. The women are stocking up for the Christmas bacon. You know, all kind. I don't know what's going. They haven't cooked anything yet. I'm waiting for some cookie dough or pie dough or something to come along. But boy, they're stocking up on the supplies. But and let's see, went to Sam's and went and got some gas. That's about all that's going on here. Just wanted to check in and say hi, Dustin. Thanks for picking me up, and I will send it back to Net. KD5AFS.
All right there, Grant. Well, make sure you enjoy some of those baked goods for us, and enjoy that chili. Chili's always better the second day. We'll say 73, and that's going to bring me on over to Scotty. Key RFK, take it away.
Yeah, K8RFK here. Yeah, not much doing, just waiting for winter to hit. I don't know if it's ever going to hit or not, but I just wish to hurry up and get here so I can hurry up and leave again. Yeah, not much going on. Just I got lucky and turned on the radio. I heard you guys talking, and so I figured I'd just check in and give you another number to add to your list. All right, not much going on. I got to run back up to the front of the house and check on my little boy. All right, you guys have a good one, and 73, have a good day. K8RFK, back to net control.
It's a negative offset of 222.66.
All right there, Scotty. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. Yeah, you know, I kind of hope winter never comes. It just goes straight back into spring after this. So we'll say 73 and catch you on down the log. And that's going to bring me on over here to Mike, W5RST. Good afternoon. How you doing?
KD8EPC and the net. This is W5RST. Well, good afternoon, Dustin. I just happened to turn the radio and stumbled across the net here. Been listening. Seems like a really nice group, and so I'll put it on my calendar. I'm just here in Oklahoma City, and it's a pretty nice day. It's sunny, and not much going on, although I'm about to leave to donate platelets, so I guess I'll probably have to say 73, but thanks for running the net. It seems like a good one. This is W5RST.
All right there, Mike. Well, tells me here that you're a first-time check-in, so let me just give you the rundown on the net before you go. This is the Boredom Breaker net. We're here every day at noon Central Time. We run a couple of hours, and we change net controls at the top of the hour and welcome rechecks. So it originates from the RCWA there in the Tulsa area, and it's Allstar node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R, also 147090 is the repeater's frequency there. So great to hear you out there today. Make sure you come back and check in, and good to hear you. So we'll say 73 to you, and we'll catch you on down the log, and that's going to bring me over to Mr. Ray now, K5CFY. Good afternoon, Ray. How you doing?
EPC in the net, K5CFY. Good afternoon there, Mr. Dustin, and wave a hand there at Just Nick on the keyboard. Good to hear you guys in there, and all the folks from the Ohio and all over the place up there. Also got to hear my good friend Jim in there from the pre-net of the barometer net. Anyway, good to hear everybody, and we'll be hanging around listening and maybe try to check in with Miss Nancy here in a few minutes. But great net, 73, everybody. Take care. K5CFY.
All right there, Ray. Well, wonderful to hear you sounding real good out there. So we'll say 73 for now. Give old Fred a scratch on the ears for us, and we'll catch you all down the log. All right, Ray was at the bottom of the list. This is KDEDPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I got plenty of time and empty lines to fill. So stations waiting to check in. Please call now.
KD8EPC, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville.
Kia A, Sierra Pato, sir. Martin Watford.
All right, let's talk to the one, the only, KD8 SLG. Nick, take it away there.
KD8EPC, this is KD8 SLG. Good afternoon, Dustin and all of the Boredom Breaker netizens. I figured I'd grab that almost awkward pause to do an official announcement for the Beacon Net tonight. Starts at 10 o'clock Eastern. That's 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-ins start a half hour before the net starts. Allstar node 48496, Echolink W8WKY-R. And if you can get here, you can get there because we are linked up with the Boredom Breaker Hub. Hope to hear a bunch of you there tonight. I'll be there for pre-show, and Dustin will be running the big show. Hope everyone has a great day. 7-3 all y'all. KD8 SLG back to net control.
All right there, Nick. I heard a rumor that you might ride a unicycle during the net. Hi. Great to hear you, my friend, and thanks for doing everything you do behind the scenes there and keeping things in order. So we're going to say 73, and that's going to bring me to Southern Mark. KD8 SFS, take it away.
Well, I just got home a little while ago and had lunch and that. And we got 32 degrees here. A light fog, light. It was snowing a little while ago, but it stopped. And only going to get up to 33 degrees today. And it feels like 22, so it's cold. And the wind is 14 miles per hour west, southwest. I had no gas report, so I can't give you the gas report. But it probably went up. Because yesterday there was a couple gas stations that was $2.99, so it probably went up today, and that. But I'm going to let it drop for a bit.
W8WKY.
Anyhow, don't know. Okay, kind of depressed in a way. I played chess today and I lost 4 games. Yeah. I don't know. After that, I gave it up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm not doing good in chess and that. You know, all of that. That's really all I got on that. I won't be at the Christmas party tomorrow night. And that. So I'm going to give it back to you, Dustin. 73, Kia H, Sir, Pato, Sir, Mark and Wadburn.
All right there, Mark. Well, you keep trying, and eventually you'll win in the games of chess there. So we're going to say 73 to you for now, and have yourself a great afternoon. That brings me to the bottom of the list again. This is KDEDPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
Whiskey 3 Echo Tango Bravo.
Whiskey Yankee 7 Julia Tango WY7JT, Jason in Cheyenne.
okay at the
It is getting quiet, Dustin, so I'll recheck KCFQB.
All right, we have W3ETB Eddie, we have WY7GT Jason, and we have KF8AXO David. Let's start here at the top with Eddie. We'll also recheck from Mark, but let's start with Eddie at the top here. W3ETB, take it away.
Yeah, hi, Dustin. Using Echolink on my phone. My ham computer here wanted to do an update this morning from Windows, and I've noticed that whenever it does an update, it comes up with this weird profile that doesn't have all my stuff on it. So I just shut it down, and I'm going to reboot it and see what happens. Hopefully it'll come back up and have the right profile. I'm not sure where it's getting this other profile from. It just doesn't have everything in it. Here in Annapolis, it's a rainy day. I don't know about your area, but we've shown rain on the TV. Shows rain all the way through until 9 o'clock tonight. You know, and it's 56 degrees outside right now, and the wind is only less than a mile right at the moment. Although they have said on the TV that it's supposed to be upwards to 14 miles and 20-some miles gusts. So I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know too sure whether I'm really going to go outside or not. Right now, I just hit almost 4 miles gusts, you know, so, and then dropped down to 3. So, but anyway, just wanted to say hi, and hopefully I'll be able to get in on BeaconNet tonight if I can. I got some project work to do. I'm hoping to try to get that done early enough to be able to jump in and say hello on the BeaconNet. So return to you, Dustin, W3TV, back to net.
All right there, Eddie. Well, I hope you get your computer profile back there soon, and we hope to hear you tonight for the BeaconNet if you get all your projects done there. So great to hear you, Eddie, 73, and we'll catch you down the log. That's going to bring me over to Wyoming now, WY7GT. Jason, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Dustin, Nick, and everyone on the net. We're doing better after a couple days staying below freezing. We're finally broke through and up into the mid-40s, which we're going to be for today. We'll get into the 50s in a day or two. And our low last night was only 27 degrees, not too bad. Not too much else going on. I'll say 7-3, and God bless to all, and pass it back, WI7JT.
All right there, Jason. We'll try to stay warm. Thanks for stopping by there, and we'll say 73 and have a great afternoon. That's going to bring me over to David now. KF8AXO, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Dustin and the guys. Man, there's not a lot going on. Just on my way to work and figured I'd check in and just say hi. 73 at all.
All right, we'll say 73 to you. Don't have too much fun there at the Big W, and we'll look forward to catching you again there real soon. You mobile safely, and that's going to bring me down. We had a in and out there from N8DAY. Ralph, we'll wave at him. That's going to bring me over to the Northern Mark, EC8FQV. What do you know?
Nick and Dustin, you know, them guys are talking about they went to the UPS store and get so full on their big line, you know. Well, you know, we got, you know, we know FedEx Mike and we know Booker, you know, they haul all that stuff, and it could be a curse that we got to work, and they could be really humping now to get the stuff moved. You know, I know I think sometimes they talk about the more they have on the truck, the more they get, but yeah, they got really be humping to get that stuff moved. Where if we didn't have so much, they wouldn't be having to hump to get the stuff done. So I was just gonna put that out. You know, of course, the Odyssey, she ran a truck too,
but a little different. But, you know, we have to think about all them people moving that stuff. We need more people to have their hands on the deck, you know. Yeah, anywhere you go, you see signs, we're hiring. So, we'll send it back to Net. KCA, have a QB.
All right, Mark, you got to breathe there. You got to breathe, buddy. We'll say 73T and catch you on down the log. I've still got a couple minutes left. This is KD8EPC with the Boredom Breaker Net. Anybody else want to squeeze in on the first hour, please call now.
Yeah, Dustin, this is Whiskey India Delta. WID, W4 WID in Richmond, Virginia.
All right, we have a W4 WID. Is that W4 WID or W4 India Delta? You come back again?
Yeah, Justin. Whiskey 4, Whiskey India Delta.
All right, we got you in there now. Go ahead.
You call me a goat head, I swear. No, this is named Yogi, and I'm Portable Mobile down here in Richmond, Virginia. Talking on the little 75D Delta Kenwood. I had to run down here to Ashland, Virginia, and pick me up some smoke. I ran out of smoke for my Lionel trains. So anyway, I'm just out here kicking around a little bit. You're doing a mighty good job, as always. Yeah, I'm just kind of first time on this little Kenwood 75 Delta. And we thank you. I'm in and out. Have a great one. Whiskey 4, Whiskey India Delta. Name Yogi again.
W8WKY.
All right there, Yogi. Well, thanks for joining us, and enjoy your time with the trains there. That sounds like a good time, and looks like it's your first time checking in here, so thanks for checking in, and come and visit the Boredom Breaker Net anytime. We're here every day at noon Central Time, and we go a couple of hours, so we'll say 73 and catch you on down the log. My time is up here, so I'm looking for the odds. KI5OZZ, Miss Nancy, are you ready to take the helm?
KD8EPC, this is KI5OZZ. Yes, sir, I am, and I'll let you sign out. And great net, by the way.
All right, Miss Nancy, well, thanks again there for taking the second hour, and thanks to everybody that checked in with me on the first hour. We couldn't do all the net without all our wonderful check-ins there. So we'll say 73. This is KD8EPC. I'm clear and turning net control over to KI5OZZ. Have a great net, Miss Nancy, and hope to talk to you tonight.
Boy, I just can't wait.
Well, if I can take the con here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second hour of today's N5XQK Boredom Breaker Net. This is Kilo India 5, Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI5OZZ, the Oz. The handle is Nancy, November Alpha, November Charlie Yankee, and I have a question for you. But with that, I also want to make sure that everyone knows that we are on Netlogger as well. It's a free program you can download, and then choose the RCWA Boredom Breaker Net, and then choose to monitor the net, and up pops the log, and then you can choose the AIM window. They call it almost instant messaging, and there's a lot of shenanigans and brouhaha that goes on in what we call the blue room in that AIM window. Anywho, so I'll be taking your check-ins. The question of the day today is, what was the first car you ever had? This is KI5OZZ on today's Boredom Breaker Net. Please come with your call. I'm listening.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor, Delta 5, Echo November Uniform, KE5ENU, Gil, Claremore, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo,
Northern Ohio.
KC5,
And make sure you get Jim.
Shannon and
Some
Tulsa.
pots and pans, I think, are flying. I think you better get him. KCFQV.
KC5, RBG,
Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8, KOC, Fred Akron, Echolink, Mobile. Good afternoon, Ms. Nancy. Great question.
WB8 VMW.
And then Tulsa.
Let me pick it up right there. All right, I got KD5ENU Gil. I've got KC5RBG Shannon. I got KC8FQV Mark, W3ETB Eddie, WA8KOC Fred in the mobile, and my buddy Jim, WB8VMW. Real quick, Shannon, were you mobile?
Non-negative. I'm portable, but not mobile.
Roger that. Then let me pick up the mobile first. Fred, WA8KOC, what's shaking this afternoon? Welcome to the net. What was the first car you ever had?
Well, good afternoon, Ms. Nancy. Thank you for taking my check-in. Thank you for getting me in and out of the way so these other stations can get in here. Fabulous question. You were right this morning when you said you've got a great question. My first vehicle that I ever owned was a 62 Chevrolet Bel Air. I was in a rock band playing in bars from high school with some of my colleagues, schoolmates, and it got my little combo organ trolled along and hooked it up to a Hammond Leslie speaker, and I'm telling you, that car was overloaded, and it drank about a quart of oil every 3 days. Nasty little thing, but that's okay. That's all right. I moved on up from there. Like the Jeffersons say, moving on up to the east side, I moved on up and graduated from that to a much better vehicle. But anyway, thank you for taking my check-in again. I hope you have a great day, a wonderful Wednesday to you, and we'll look forward to talking to you on down the line somewhere, and have a great rest of your net. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nancy. KI5OZ, Boredom 73 from W8KOC.
Well, thank you, Fred. You make sure and mobile safe out there, and I tell you what, there ain't nothing like the land barges from the 60s, isn't there? Nothing can take their place, I tell you that. I'll go on about that later. 73 at you. We'll clear with WA8KOC. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and let's zoom back up to the top and snaggle Gil, KD5ENU. Welcome to the net. What was the first car you ever had?
Well, the first one I ever owned was a 1955 Ford Fairlane, and it was a good car. The next car was a Nash Rambler. I can't remember what year it was. It's been so long ago. But those are definitely two classics. 85 ENU, back to net control.
Well, Gil, I never pictured you as a rambling man, but there you have it. It was in your life at some point in time, so good on you anyway. Happy Wednesday, 73 at you. We'll clear with KD5ENU and come on down to my buddy Shannon, KC5, Real Big Guns. Welcome to the net. What was the first car you ever had?
Hello, Miss Nancy, KC5, Real Big Guns. And the first car that I had was a 1965 Austin Healey Sprite. And boy, that was a fun car. Had lots of fun with it. And it just needed a lot of TLC, and you know, with a high schooler, I was always having to buy parts for it, and I ended up rebuilding the whole front end of the car, which was a pretty good feat for a high schooler. And it's funny because we bought the car, and my dad's like, "I'm not going to help you work on it, so you better make sure you're okay with that." And I was like, "I am." So, but yeah, he was true to his word. He didn't help one bit. But, well, he didn't do any work on it anyway. He did give me advice and instruction, but other than that, hope you're having a good one there, and we'll say Merry Christmas and God bless. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. Back to net control.
With third-party traffic, I heard that. Make sure and give him a scratch on the ears for me. And you have a wonderful Wednesday, and yeah, that sounds like a fun little vehicle for sure. We'll clear with KC5 RBG 73 at you, and let's come on down to Mark, KC8 FQV, and congratulations, by the way, you made number 42, which is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Mark, what was the first car you ever had? Come on in.
Nancy, K7Q. The first one I had was blue. Yeah, blue. I don't know who made blue, but I know it was blue. Oh, now let's go a little further. It was a Ford, a blue Ford. Okay, there's too many Fords. So let's go a little further. It was a Mustang. Yeah, a Mustang. And it was an 81 Mustang. Didn't really want that, but after a while I said, oh, that's good. I like it. Don't we like to go back? Well, I don't know. I will go back to it. But it'd be interesting. But that was a Ford Mustang, 1981. So we'll send it back to net. I hope Jim ain't wearing frying pans or clothes, rolling pins or anything. You know, hopefully he escaped them. I don't think we need him to have them. So we'll send it back your way. Oz, KSFQV.
Well, Mark, I am so sorry that you had a 1980s era Mustang. You know what? For the thing that they came out with in the 60s, you know, it was the car to have. But you know what? I know I'm not the only one that thinks this, but they just kind of drug butt, if you will, on the design of the Mustang during the 80s. And it just did not look like the muscle car classic, beautiful lines and everything that it used to. But good on you. And we'll clear with KC8 FQV. Have a wonderful Wednesday, 73 at you. And we'll come on down to Eddie, W3ETB. Welcome to the net. What was the first car you had?
Well, Miss Nancy, there's a story behind that. There always is a story behind something. Anyway, in 1965, I was 17 and living on a farm. And while most people say, well, I used to walk a mile to school. Well, I walked a mile to get to the bus stop from the house, the farmhouse. And during the summer, I was allowed to ride the Ford tractor old-style Ford tractor from that farmhouse all the way up to the bus stop. And that was during the summertime. So in the wintertime, my dad took pity on me. He bought a 1952 pickup truck, and I was able to drive that from the farmhouse all the way up to the bus stop. And didn't have a driver's license then, but I saved some money, and then I guess, if you call it a vehicle, my very first vehicle that I feel like I really owned was a Suzuki motorcycle that we had already moved to Culpeper, Virginia at that time, and I was going to high school by the time I got my motorcycle, and I used to drive that to school every day, to and from school. So I was sort of like the Fonz. I had the leather jacket and the motorcycle and everything, and would pull into the high school with my motorcycle, and I was the only one in the high school that had a motorcycle at that point. Anyway, back to you, Miss Nancy. W3ATB, back to net.
Boy, Eddie, I would have never picked you for the leather-wearing rebel. Riding a motorcycle to school. That's awesome. So you are definitely the black sheep on the net for today, so far anyway. But good to hear you in there, and glad you had that experience. And hopefully the two wheels had stayed with you for the rest of your life. I know usually once you ride on one of them, they kind of take a hold of you. So with that, we'll clear with W3ETB. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Eddie, and 73 at you, and let's catch Jim, WB8VMW. Good afternoon, and welcome to the net this afternoon. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
Well, the very first vehicle I had, I worked all summer for a guy, and he gave me the car. It was a 35 Ford two-door, and that's what we hauled equipment around in. And he said that I could have that for working with him all summer. Well, my dad says I don't have a job because I was only 15. Didn't have a job, couldn't buy gas, couldn't buy nothing, so he made me give it back to him. But my next vehicle was an M48 tank. And the Army owned that, though. So I went from a 35 Ford to an M48 tank. Tank was a lot bigger. Alrighty, Nancy. Well, we'll check out of here and we'll catch you in the morning. Good Lord willing. Everybody, be safe. Stay well. Back to net.
Oh, great to hear you in there, Jim. And yeah, tank definitely outdoes the 60s era tuna boat / land barges. On the weight end of things, but that's really cool story that you got the vehicle for working that summer. That's really neat. Good to hear you in there, Jim. We'll clear with WB8VMW. That is the bottom of the list at the moment. I do have a couple of Blue Room check-ins. I've got Greg, AI5HB, and Dustin, KD8EPC. But I'll take more call check-ins if you want to call in. The question of the day is, what was the first vehicle you ever had? This is KI5OZZ on today's Boredom Breaker Net. Please come through call. I'm listening.
Kilo Delta 5, Alpha Foxtrot Sierra, KD5 AFS.
Kilo India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike. KI5WDM, Donald in the Osage.
Kia A8 Sarah Toaster, Martin in Watford, Ohio.
KI5OZZ, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville, Ohio.
Kilo 8 Golf, Bravo, KHGB.
Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar AB8MO Mobile.
All right, let me pick it up there. Let's see, I've got KD5 AFS Grant. I've got Donald in the Osage, KI5 WDM. Donald, really quick, are you mobile?
No, I'm very parked.
Roger that. Never know when you're running around for the other half there. I got Mark KSFS. I've got Nick KD8SLG. I've got K8GB. And I've got Andy in the mobile, AB8MO. And since you're mobile, why don't you go ahead and take it? What was the first car you ever had? Welcome.
KI5 Oz from AB8MO. Well, on an Echo Stink, not really by choice, but Allstar is down on the local repeater here, so there was no chance I was going to get him before the end. So, oh my gosh, it looks like I'm going to have the newest car of them all so far. I had a 1989 Oldsmobile 88. That sucker was like a couch on wheels. They don't make cars like that anymore. Yeah, it didn't handle very well. It had some get up and go. It was a 3.8 liter V6, so it had a little get up and go. You know, it wasn't a muscle car or anything. But the nice thing about it was extremely comfortable to ride in. Like I said, it was like a couch on wheels. The heaviness of the car, I didn't feel too many bumps in the road either. That was great. So, yeah, my car's yelling at me because it was either swerve or nail an Amish girl riding a scooter. Hitting pedestrians, I think, is considered bad form. All right, great question, Nancy. Thanks for getting me in here. 73 from the cold Northeast Ohio, KI5OZZ, AB8MO.
You make sure to stay warm and mobile safely out there. And, yeah, you know what? The 60s, 70s, and 80s had some land barge material for sure. I think my grandma drove an 83 Cadillac, and they could barely close the garage door with that crazy thing in there. But anyway, good on hear you in there. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and 73 at you. We'll clear with AB8MO, and let's go back up and catch the Blue Room check-ins. Greg, AI5HB, welcome to the show. What was the first car you ever had?
Good afternoon, Miss Nancy and everyone else on the net. This is Greg, Alpha India 5 of Hotel Victor, coming to you from Broken Arrow. And first car I ever had was a 1964 Chevy Malibu. And the guy I bought it from, it had a 3-speed shifter on the column originally, and he converted it to a 3-speed shifter, Hurst shifter, on the floor. And that was definitely an interesting car. It about took out the, not too long after I bought it, like the second day after I bought it, went to start it up, and of course it was a manual shift. But went to start the thing up and put it in gear and got it in reverse, and the driveway was slanted toward the garage door, and apparently the brakes were the master cylinder went out, and it almost took out the garage door with it. And it wasn't because I got it in forward gear; it was because the driveway was sloped toward the garage.
I'm sure we all have our tales of woe from the first vehicle, or whoopsies, we'll put it that way, from the vehicles that we've had, especially the first one.
Well, fortunately enough, I had the forethought to hit the emergency brake, and I stopped about 2 inches short of taking out the garage door. So I took out about a foot section of hedge on the front of the house, but my dad wasn't so mad when he realized that I didn't hurt the garage door, and he said that was fine. So needless to say, he was upset with the guy that I bought the car from, and he called up the guy and told him he needed to get over there and help fix the master cylinder, or I was going to give him the car back and get my money back on the car. So that was an interesting story anyway.
Oh, I bet, and I bet that was before the lemon law was in effect.
Yeah, it definitely was. So that was, I was about 17 years old when I got that car. So it was definitely interesting. But anyway, long story short, that was my first car anyway. So hope you and yours are having a good, have been having a good day, and hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving.
Yep, we sure did, and we're just, enjoying the sunshine that we have today for sure, but boy, was it chilly this morning.
Yeah, I hear that one. You're right, it was definitely chilly, and hopefully my weather station says about 50 degrees out there, so not sure about the wind chill, but anyway, just glad that it's warmed up a little bit, and hope you and yours have a wonderful rest of the week here, and don't really have anything else other than, Judy and I had a good craft show, and now we're getting ready for go out and see our granddaughter.
All right, well, good deal. You make sure and wave howdy at Judy for me.
I will definitely do that. She's at a doctor appointment right now, but I'll definitely let her know you said hi. With that said, I will say thank you for running net this hour, Miss Nancy. Hope you and yours have a wonderful rest of your week, and blessings to you and blessings to everybody out there listening on the net. With that, I'll say 7-3. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, turning it back over to you.
Roger that, Greg. You have a wonderful Wednesday, and make sure to pat Smokey and Ginger on the head for me, and we'll clear with AI5HV. And let's pick up from the EPC. Welcome to the net this afternoon. What was the first car you ever had?
OZZ and the Boredom Breaker Net. This is KD8EPC. Well, Miss Nancy, good afternoon. My first ever car was an 83 RS Camaro. It had a stop sign for a driver's floor, an electric fuel pump that was turned on and off by a house light switch. It was painted like 7 different colors. The T-tops leaked water, and all 4 tires were bald. But you know what? For $200, it was mine, and I drove that thing 100,000 miles before I sold it for more than what I paid for it. So, we had to throw a clutch in it when I got it, but that was a couple of guys, and actually we changed it with a scissor jack in the middle of a snowstorm. So there you go. That's all I've got for you, Miss Nancy. Fun times there. Good job on the second hour. Lots of good check-ins, and I like your question there. So we'll say 73. Have a great afternoon, and thanks for picking us up. This is KD8EPC. Back to net control.
Boy, what a sweet. And who cares what it looks like? It sounded really good, I bet. And daggum, changing that thing out in a snowstorm with a scissor jack. You guys had some cajones, man. I'm telling you, good grief. Well, Dustin, you have a wonderful Wednesday, and 73 at you. Great to hear you in here. And we'll clear with KD8EPC, and let's pick up Grant, KD5AFS. Welcome to the net. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
KI5OZZ, KD5AFS. Good afternoon, Nancy, and everybody else out there. 1964 Chevy Impala. It had a 283 small block, 327 heads, and a 4-barrel on it. And I paid $400 for it. It was a pretty good car. I think I drove it to the middle of the late 70s, and I traded it in when I got my first new car. But it was a good car. Pass everything at the gas station back then. I think it got about 8 miles a gallon, Nancy. Other than that, all's well here. Just sitting here listening to the net. Thanks for picking me up, Nancy, and I'll send it back to you. Oh, I also had dual exhaust and glass packs, if you remember the glass packs. We'll catch you later, Nancy. KD5 ASS.
Oh, wow. You know, it's really hard for me to imagine glass packs on an Impala because I'm used to them being on, like, the mid-'80s ricer-type vehicles, if you will. Cars like that, you definitely didn't pass a gas station, and if you got double digits on the mileage, that was something. I'll tell you that right now. Good to hear you in there, Grant. We'll clear with KD5. Yes, and have a wonderful Wednesday, 73 at you. And let's pick up Donald, KI5WDM. What was the first car you ever had? KI5WDM, Donald in the Osage. Are you with us? Well, let me put him down at the bottom of the list, and I'll see if I can pick him back up. Mark, KE8SFS, welcome to the show this afternoon. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
My first car was a 1966 Chevy Impala with a 283 small block on it, and engine, that is. And I drove that for two and a half years, and it was pretty. I got it in 1979, and I got my driving license in 1978. So in 1979 was my first car, and it was a Chevy Impala. Like I said, the body was pretty eaten away, and it got me around town and everything, and then when what do you call it, the body got ate away so bad that I went and sold to a friend of mine the whole car. He had a Chevy Impala station wagon, and he blew his engine, and he needed an engine, and mine was still running, and so I went ahead and sold my car to him for $60, and he put it in there, and it went for another 5 or 6 years before it went ahead and he blew that engine. But out of that, that's pretty much the same. We got 32 here, and we had snow, but it stopped for a while now, and I hadn't checked the gas price around, so I can't give you. Oh, I can't give you the gas price, not yet. But anyhow, I'm going to give you, Nancy. You have Kia at their bato, sir.
Well, that's a great story for your car that you sold to your buddy there, Mark. You have a wonderful Wednesday. Thanks for participating in the net today. We'll clear with KE8SFS and 73 at you, and let's pick up my buddy Nick, KD8SLG. Welcome to the show. What was the first car you ever had? This is KI5OZZ.
KI5OZZ, this is KD8SLG. Good afternoon, Nancy, and all the Boredom Breaker netizens. My first car was a 1980 Subaru station wagon. This thing had on-the-fly four-wheel drive, so there was a little lever in the middle, and you'd yank it up while you were driving, and it would engage the rear wheels too, and turn it into a snow monster, which was really cool. but it also had four-wheel low. Now, you couldn't engage this while you were driving, but when you stopped and popped that lever up into four-wheel low, that 4-speed would maybe get you up to 20 or 25 miles an hour, but it would climb over anything, logs, stumps, hills, and I forded a couple of streams with it. The real crux of the story is my present car right now is a 2011 Subaru station wagon, an Outback. It's white, not red. Nancy, fine business, always great questions. I'll be around a little later on. Maybe I'll throw out another invitation to the Beacon Net, but not now. This is KD8 SLG, back to net control.
Roger that, Nick, and the Subaru bug has definitely sunk its teeth into you for sure, but I can think of worse things to drive. But you have a wonderful Wednesday. Hopefully I'll hear from you again. If not, I will rattle your chain on the Beacon Net this evening. We'll clear with KD8 SLG. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and let's pick up Dave, K8GB. Welcome to the show this afternoon. What was the first vehicle you ever had? This is KI5OZZ.
Good afternoon to all from KHEV, where it's about 30 degrees out here and overcast and blah. My first car was a 72 Chevy Nova, 2-speed automatic, an AM radio, and no power steering. My father got me that car. I was lucky he got me a new car when I was in high school because he was the only one in my family who drove. My mother didn't drive, so he looked at the opportunity once I got my license that I could help out getting my sister and my mother to places they needed to go, and he didn't have to be around to help them, so I benefited by I got a new car so I could drive them around, of course, drive myself around, so I was able to drive it to high school and things like that, and then I had that for a couple of years, so I saved some money. The first car I bought for myself was the 74 Mustang II, and that one, at least I finally got air conditioning and power steering and AM FM radio and all that in that car, and then the one after that, 78, I saved a little more money. I had a Mustang II Mach 1, all loaded up, 302 V8 and everything. That was a nice car to have. So yeah, the first car was a 72 Chevy Nova, spring green. Even still remember the color. So back to you from KGV.
Oh, sweet. I guess you got get into taxi service early in life. That kind of stinks, but hey, you got some miles down on you for sure. Good to hear from you, Dave. Thanks for checking in this afternoon. That's the bottom of the list as I have it. Let me clear with KAGB. Let me call for Donald once more out in the Osage. KI5 WDM. You still with us? Well, maybe his propagation decided to take a hike. So, well, I got him marked off anyway because he did call in, but I hope everything's okay with him. So, let's see, that's the bottom of the set, and we'll take some more check-ins. What was the first car you ever had? This is KI5OZZ on today's Boredom Breaker Net. Please call. I'm listening.
Please copy Kilo, Echo, 8, Uniform, India, Bravo, KE8, UIB, John in Ohio, recheck.
Well, John, looks like it's just you and me, kiddo. So that's fine. I'll take them one at a time. KE8UIB, welcome to the show this afternoon. What was the first car you ever had?
KI5OZZ from KE8UIB. Good afternoon, Nancy, everybody out there on the net. And back in the mid-90s, I was taking driver's ed, and out in front of driver's ed sat this 84 Ford LTD with a smashed front passenger side headlight, and had a sign on it for $300. Second weekend of my class, I called the guy up, offered him $150 cash, and he took it. So at that, I bought a 1984 Ford LTD midsize with about 54,000 miles on it, pulled a fender, fixed the headlight, and had a great running car at 16 years old. So couldn't go wrong with that. But with that, you guys, this is K8UIB. I'm going to head back to work. 7-3s, y'all. Thanks for running the net, Nancy.
Well, John, thank you for taking the time to call in while you're at the salt mine, and don't you make sure and work it and don't let it work you. Hi. So you can get those nickels for your $5 dream. So with that, we'll clear with KE8UIB. Great to hear you in there. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll be taking more check-ins. Come on in with your call. Today's question is, what was the first car you ever had? This is KI5OZZ. I'm listening.
Control, this is Whiskey 4, Papa Sierra Foxtrot. Randy Tango, Butch in Ardmore.
Kilo, India 5, Whiskey Delta Mike. I'm back with you now. Sorry, I had deliveries.
TI5TAQ in the taco truck, mobile.
All right, well, let's see here. I've got, it was Randy, I heard, Papa Sierra Foxtrot. Please come back with the prefix on your call for me.
Net Control, it's Whiskey 4, Papa Sierra Foxtrot.
Well, I might have been mistaken on that. I know Butch was in there from Ardmore, but I didn't get a single letter of your call, and I don't have it memorized. If you could come back with your call for me, Butch in Ardmore.
KC5JBT, Kilo Charlie 5, Juliet Victor Tango.
W8WKY.
Got you, Butch, and I got Donald in there now that you can radio at us, and I got Tim in the taco truck, KI5TAQ. Go ahead and take it, Tim. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
Well, good afternoon, Miss Nancy, and to everybody on the net. This is KI5TAQ. Well, I had a few vehicles that would kind of say my first. One of them was one that my grandmother from Lodi owned, which was a old Cutlass, and that got passed down to me, and then it got passed down to my sister, though I didn't really own it outright. My first outright owned vehicle was a 1980 Skylark, until somebody wrecked that car for me, and then I outright owned a 1984 Ford Thunderbird. I had that until somebody wrecked it, and then, of course, from then on, I got a few other vehicles. One of them was a couple of them were Ford Rangers, and then now I got this one, which is a GMC Terrain that I'm talking to you on.
Oh, right on. Glad to hear you had a pickup in there somewhere. I know I definitely have throughout my life.
Yep, and of course, in time, those pickups kind of got wore out, or I decided to sell them. I got rid of them, but after that, well, now I got the Terrain, and it's serving its purpose pretty good. But most of the time, all those vehicles were also all paid off, which is always the best part, because then I don't have to worry about payments on those vehicles. The only one that I really look at or worry is the one that my wife is driving, which is a Chevrolet Equinox, and that one is you still have payments to work on, but that's okay. Hopefully that will get paid off, and hopefully we will keep that one for a while until she decides to think about getting rid of it, but hopefully not between now and then. Anyways, I'll send back to you the net control. This is KI5TAQ.
Oh, thank you, Tim. You make sure and have a Wednesday and say hi to Becca for us, and you make sure and mobile safe. 73 at you. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. And before I go any further, was there any other calls that I missed out of that set?
Kilo Foxtrot 8 CHB, Craig in Shreve.
KF8CHB. Got you in there, Craig. I'll put you down at the bottom of the list, and let's go back up here and catch Butch, KC5JVT out of Ardmore. Welcome to the show. And what was the first car you had?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, the first car I personally bought was a 71 Buick Skylark, a nice car. But my first car was a 67 Pontiac Tempest. My grandfather bought it for me. He had just retired, and his first Social Security check was $5,000, and he bought me a car with part of it. Unbelievable. I don't think the Social Security does that anymore. Oh, boy. That was a big Social Security check, his first one. Anyway, it's all good down here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Beautiful weather out. This is the KC5JVT clear.
Great to hear you in there, Butch, and glad the weather is cooperating with you. You have a wonderful Wednesday, 73 at you. And let's go ahead and pick up Craig at KE8CH. I didn't quite catch the last of your call. Come on in, and what was the first car you ever had, Craig?
The first car that I ever had was a 1963 Pontiac Tempest 4-cylinder. Great little car. Had the strangest thing. The shift control was actually on the front dashboard, which was kind of unique back then. And I will give it back to you. The call sign is Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Hotel Bravo. And again, the name's Craig. Thank you so much for running the net. I've enjoyed listening. I just got in about 15 minutes ago, so I will continue, and I will turn it back to net control.
Well, thanks, Craig, and appreciate you listening to us today. And come back at noon Central Time, 7 days a week. We're here. Thanks for participating today. And yeah, the push button, or was it a dial on the dash that you had?
It was actually a gear shift on the dash, not on the column. And you had to lift it up to take it out of park. And then it ran up and down the dashboard for, drive, neutral, and reverse. It was unique.
Well, okay, yeah, there's several that were unique. A lot of people say that the 3 on the tree was weird, but and then the push button ones, and then I don't remember if any of the older cars like that had a dial on them, but I know a bunch of them do now. Well, thank you for participating today. Great to hear you in there. We're clear with KF8 CHB. You have a wonderful Wednesday and 73 at you. And let's pick up Donald out in the Osage now that you're back at the radio. KI5WDM, welcome to the show. And what was the first vehicle you ever had?
Good afternoon, Miss Nancy. Sorry about that. Not being there the first time you hollered at me. I had 2 delivery trucks show up at the same time. One of them had this little bitty tiny girl driving it. She was trying to carry a box that was bigger than her, so I had to stop and help her out. But anyway, my first car was a 1963 Mercury Comet. 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. No muffler, 4-ball tires, and no third gear. I Calder the Flash.
Wow, holy moly! You know, I've had cars that the first gear went out or the second gear, but never the third gear. But I tell you what, that'll teach you how to handle it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, we made a lot of noise. There's another truck that's showing up. We made a lot of noise. I've got to go. There's another truck pulling up. God bless everybody. 7-3's KI5WDM on the side.
Good to hear you there, Donald, and make sure to work it and don't let it work you. Great to hear you in there. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and 73 at you. We'll clear with KI5WDM. And I believe that is the bottom of the list as I have it, ladies and gents. So today's question of the day, what was the first vehicle you ever had? This is KI50ZZ on today's N5XQK Boredom Breaker Net. Please come through call. I'm listening.
Net control. This is Whiskey 4 Papa Sierra Foxtrot. Randy, like to check in.
Echo 8, we take it one at a time. I'm trying to find North Carolina station W4PSF. I tried to call back at you. I heard you in the mix, Randy, but I didn't quite get all your call. But welcome to the show. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
I was lucky to have a 1958 Corvette that I only paid $700 for, but it was a mess when I got it.
Well, you know, Randy, if you have to, you know, work on them, that puts skin in the game, besides paying for the thing outright. And I bet there was fun and plenty of curse words to be had in so doing. Hi.
W8.
Yeah, and the nice thing is I still have it. Over.
Well, now that definitely puts you in the black sheep category for the net today. I can't say as I know anyone that still has the first car that they ever had. So good on you. And what a whopper to have. That's a heck of a vehicle. Is that the first year they had the two front headlights?
Yes, ma'am. It was the first year that they had the dual headlights and it had the cheese grater hood on the bonnet, as the British call the bonnet.
Well, it looks like we might have a station that's repeat keying. Nick, if you can help out with that, that would be splendid, or Jairus, if you're listening. But yeah, the 58 Vet is definitely an icon. My dad had a 57. So close but no cigar to the 58.
We do appreciate it. I'm out for now. I'm riding down the road and it's a bit windy.
Roger that, Randy. You make sure and motor safe out there, and next time you call in, make sure to tell us that you're mobile, and we'll put you at the top of the call-in list so we can have your attention where you can put it in. So 73 at you. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll clear with W4PSF, and I have a few more minutes before the top of the hour if you want to get in on today's Boredom Breaker Net. This is KI5OZZ, and what was your first car that you had? Come on in with your call. I'm listening.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8 PLB, Randy in Ohio.
This is KE8Q in Cuyahoga Falls. His name is John. And
All righty, well, I'll definitely take them two at a time. Randy in the brake truck, got you in there, KEATLB, and I got John, KEAQ. Welcome to the gentleman. And Randy, go ahead and take it away. What was the first vehicle you ever had?
Hey, Nancy, thank you for getting me in. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8PLB, Randy in Ohio. My first car was a Ford Pinto. And I don't know if you remember the show Starsky and Hutch. It was just like, it had the same paint job. It was red. It had a big white stripe down the side of it. And the insurance guy said he considered that a sports car. And I said, well, just because it has a stripe on it, he considered that a sports car. But anyhow, yeah, it was a nice little car. Had a 4-cylinder in it. And I was, just in high school, so that's all I needed. I was wanting a muscle car, but my mom wouldn't let me get one. She was co-signing for me, so that's what I got. So I was happy with it, and I had a good time. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, 73, and God bless. Thanks, Nancy, for getting me in.
Well, thank you, Randy, for chiming in today, and I am so sorry that your first car was a Ford Pinto. I'm just kidding, but hey, you had wheels, right? That's all there was to it, and wow, the insurance dude with the stripe on the side, boy, that's something else, I tell you. We'll clear with KE8TLB, thanks, Randy, 73, and have a wonderful Wednesday there at the salt mine. It's pick up John, KE8Q, welcome to the net this afternoon. You calling in for the first time?
Roger, this is John, KEAQ. Our first car we ever had was my girlfriend's, and we ended up getting married, but it was a 1952 Chevrolet with the left front fender missing.
Well, that just means it has some character, right?
Roger. And we also had a 1966 Ford Mustang convertible. It was gold. And it was back then when the cars weren't staying healthy. You know, they had a lot of rust and stuff on them.
Oh, right on. And it being gold colored, now, was it companion color? Was it gold and black, chance?
No, it's gold and white. Had a white top on it.
Right on. Well, the only gold car that I knew of from that era, my uncle had a 66, I believe it was a Sedan DeVille Cadillac. And no, my bad. His was the ragtop, and it was gold and black. Black was the trim on it, so it was gold and black interior.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure what the color of the inside was any longer. I just don't remember. I'm kind of think it was just like a gray. I'm not sure. I wouldn't swear on it. That's for sure. And we enjoyed the car. It was I was just a young snot guy, and we ended up getting married. And so that was it. So okay, thanks for letting us in on the net there. And hello to everybody. This is KEAQ, and we'll say 7-3s.
Well, John, thank you so much for stopping by the net this afternoon. I don't know if you're calling in to one of your local repeaters that happens to be hooked up to the RCWA out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma area. They're actually in Claremore, Oklahoma, the Rogers County Wireless Association. But the crew, we like to call them our Ohio Hamily, over there has piped in for the Wednesday afternoon Boredom Breaker Net. We are on 7 days a week at noon Tulsa time, but the Ohio repeaters hook into the net on Wednesdays only. So you are more than welcome to pop by any and all Wednesdays. We got a couple of shenanigators from Ohio that take the first hour, and I pick up the second hour. So great to have you in here, John. And you're welcome to come back anytime that we're on the air. We'll clear with KE8Q, and it's almost the hour. So if there's anyone else waiting to check in this afternoon, this is Kilo India 5, Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI50ZZ, the Oz on today's Boredom Breaker Net. With the question of the day is, what was the first vehicle you ever had? Come on in, I'm listening.
KI5OZZ, KD8SLG, recheck.
Oh, I guess, Nick, just because it's you, I'll let you come in here and give your spiel for the Beacon Net tonight. Maybe you'll have John tune in to it, too. Come on in, Nick, KD8SLG, welcome.
Spiel. What a fabulous word. KI5OZZ, this is KD8SLG. I just want to extend another invitation, everybody, to the Beacon Net tonight. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-ins start a half hour before the net. Allstar node 48496, Echolink W8WKY-R. And if you can get here, you can get there. We are linked up with the Boredom Breaker Hub. Nancy, fine business, great net. Thanks for letting me come back on and do my bit. This is KD8SLG. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
Sorry about the pause there, ladies and gents. My node decided to pipe in there, stick its nose in my business, but I guess it's allowed to do that, right? Anyhow, this is KI5OZZ on today's N5XQK Boredom Breaker Net. I'm going to go ahead and throw out last call. It is the top of the hour for today's net. What was the what was the first car you ever drove? Come on in with your call. I'm listening. Last call.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike.
I believe I do have, speaking with Carrie, it cut off the front end of your call. I got an 8, Charlie Tango Mike. One more time for me.
Yeah, you're correct there, Nancy. It's Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, and the name is Carrie.
Well, splendid. And you know what? It wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit if you decided to be the tail gunner for my net, too. Why don't you come on in here and tell us all, what was the first car you ever drove?
Well, I'm not sure about the first car I ever drove, but the first car I ever owned was a 1961 Volvo B16B. It looked like a 49 Ford. And I drove that. I got that when I turned 16. Then I took it to the dealership to trade it in, and my dad gave me what the dealer would give me for trade-in because he wanted the car. So I bought a 1967 Chevy Chevelle Super Sport, 396 Super Sport. That was my first brand new car, and had that for a few years and traded that in on a Lincoln Continental, and oh my gosh, I don't know how many cars and trucks and everything, vans and whatever over the years I've had, but it's been a great life, that's for sure. It's been fun. Anyway, that's all I have on that, Nancy, but thought I would jump in here and be your closer today, and it's been It's been a few years since I've checked in on this net, probably at the very beginning when the SARA Club here started to get in on it. Anyway, everybody have a great day out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. 73 all, and we'll turn it back to you, Nancy, to wrap it up.
Well, Kerry, how splendid and an absolute honor that you close up my net today, and thank you so much for doing so. But before I go, I will share with everyone the first car that I ever owned was a 1966 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and that's why I'm familiar with the land barges and so on. But it was a great car to drive, especially when I got the rear end kicked loose on a gravel road a little bit. That was pretty nice floating it around the gravel road curves. But anywho, great to hear you in there, Kerry. We'll close with W8CTM, and I'm going to go ahead and shut the net down and thank the RCWA for having the net today, and thank you to the SARA Club and affiliated links for piping in and carrying us over to our Ohio and elsewhere Hamley. You guys have a wonderful day. 73 to everyone. And remember, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. 7-3, y'all. KI5OZZ.
This is KD8SLG. I'd like to thank everybody who participated in today's N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'd like to remind everybody about the Beacon Net tonight at 10 o'clock. Early check-in start at 9:30. We return the repeater to customary amateur use. This is KD8SLG. I'm clear.